This was me this morning, watching Big Brother Australia Season 16 Episode 2, and I just love it. Today, the housemates woke up in yesterday's clothes because Big Brother is absolutely evil and he's confiscated all of their belongings. It's only Episode 2. Oh my god, it's already far superior to Big Brother UK. I love the evilness. One thing that I love about Big Brother Australia is that they said for the first time in Big Brother Australia history, a 13th housemate is going to be voted into the house. It drives me insane when you're watching Big Brother and they say for the first time in Big Brother history, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. And I say, no, maybe it's the first time in Big Brother UK history or Big Brother USA history, but not Big Brother, all Big Brother history. I know I'm being petty, but it just annoys me. So anyway, it's just another thing I love about Big Brother Australia. In episode 1, it showed you the two housemates that could be voted in, and originally I wanted Jane to go in, but in this episode they were talking to the presenter and they were trying to convince people to vote for them, and Jane said something like, oh, I'm not a normal grandma, I'm like a funky grandma or something, and I don't wear sweatpants or anything. And instantly I thought, what's up with sweatpants? Now, I don't wear sweatpants, but what's the problem, Jen? But before all that, some of the female housemates were concerned that there was going to be bum sweat all over the chairs because the guys are running around in just their boxers, they don't have any clean clothes, and a lot of the guys have gave the women their shirts. So they're like, oh, there's going to be bum sweat everywhere, like I'm concerned. So they're saying to the guys, oh, you need to put your pants on. But they could have sat on their bed cover, or they could have took their sheet off their bed and sat on it, or sat on a towel or something. Not to mention that in episode 1, Holly was wearing Colin's t-shirt and she went to give him a cuddle and her full ass was on view. So it's not only the guys that's leaving ass sweat everywhere. Maya and Emily are totally lusting over Edward. Now listen, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Edward, he's obviously just not my type. But in episode 1, one of my pals messaged me his VT and they were saying, oh, I like he's lovely. Let me know in the comments if you fancy him, but apparently he's never had a girlfriend before, but they're saying, oh, he's really kind, he's generous, he's like such a nice guy and all that, right? So they're just like, oh aye, bit of him. Also, some of the guys were talking about Ed and they were saying, oh, what kind of girl do you think he goes for on the outside? And they were saying Holly. And I don't know, like, are you looking at Edward and Holly and thinking, they look like a couple? I don't know. I'm not trying to say Edward's ugly, but I wouldn't have matched him up with Holly. That's just my opinion. He does seem like a lovely guy. And actually, in the beginning, I didn't really like Holly. I thought she had a bad attitude. But as this episode went on, she started to grow on me and she seems nice. The housemates are going nuts because they don't have their stuff. And Colin and Vinny were in the diary room and Big Brother was saying, like, what would you be willing to do to get your stuff back? And Colin says, I'd be willing to sell my soul for my Crocs. Now, not in a bad way, but he does look like somebody that wears Crocs. So Vinny's going, let's stay calm, right? He's playing the long game. So we're just going to play the long game. So this is where it all started to go drastically downhill for me. Connor went into the diary room and he was talking about getting his stuff back, and Big Brother says, how do you feel like without your belongings? And Connor says, well, we came in here and we thought, like, no matter what happens, we've got our stuff, but you've took everything away from us, and it's really good, I'm loving it, but I really want my pictures for home because I don't really have a lot of faith in myself. Oh my god, I'm going to greet. And, like, my girlfriend, like, supports me and thinks I'm amazing or, like, whatever it is. So he says she's really proud of me. And then Big Brother says, you should be proud of yourself, and Big Brother's proud to have you in his house. What is wrong with me? Like, I know that Big Brother UK sometimes says things like that, but it's the way Big Brother Australia does it. And not only that, like, see if they break a rule or something, Big Brother Australia is so, like, evil. And I love it, but see when they're sad, I know, I've got problems, haven't I? So they were doing the shopping task and they had to put the housemates in at most to least, depending on what they thought the public voted. The first one was who wants the wardrobe back the most and who wants it back the least. So Abiola went in and she says, right, the guys are walking about in their undies, right, they don't care, they're not bothered, they've gave their shirts to the girls, but the girls are like freaking out, and Emily, she's got like some sort of OCD about getting warts in the shower, and she needs her thongs for the shower, Is that flip-flops in Australia? I'm not sure, right, but they put her first. So Big Brother says, because you've been voted first, you get to go in and you get a chance to get your belongings back. So I hadn't watched the episode yet, but I seen a clip of it on TikTok and people in the comments were going mental at Emily. They were not happy. So when she went into the bargain bin, Big Brother says you've got 1 minute to grab as many things as you can, but they're not allowed to be any of your things. And she thought that Big Brother was saying, you can grab whatever you want and it's for you to wear, right? It was a complete misunderstanding. So she's just kind of walking about going, oh, holding stuff up to her and all that. And then when she walked out, she had hardly anything. And Coco says, oh, you've got my pants. And Emily says, oh no, Coco, I'm sorry, but they're not for you. Like, it's me that's got to wear the stuff. Now, this was clearly a miscommunication, right? And I actually feel bad for her. Then Coco was freaking out. She says, this is the one thing that I've asked for, and she's walking about wearing them, and I know how comfortable she is. And it was a sin for her, right? But I really do feel bad for Emily, because everybody's hating on her now. Colin was having a hard time not being able to brush his teeth, so he's walking about the bathroom with this big brush. It was a toilet brush. And he went in and he was saying to them all, like, I can't do this. And they were saying, oh, that's a toilet brush. And he says, it had plastic on it, and she was kidding him on that it had been used. It was so funny. Michael got called into the diary room, and I actually don't like Michael one bit, and he had to put them in order from most to least intelligent. Alana was in the diary room talking about it, and she was saying, what is going on? He's putting people at the top because of their age or because they've got grey hair, and he's putting all the young ones at the bottom. So she's like, basically this guy's a dick, right? He put Connor at the top, and I think he put himself second because he's got grey hair, he must be more intelligent. And then he put Colin at the end, and he says, oh, it's not that I think you're stupid, right? So Colin was just like, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So they went back into the house, and Colin was upset, and he went into this wee corridor bit, and he was standing like, I'm not upset. And Big Brother called him to the diary room, and this is where I fucking lost it. Holly seen that he was upset. She said, no, you're right, giving him cuddles and all that. And he went into the diary room, and he was saying, he says, oh my god, how am I even going to be able to say this? I need to get a grip of my emotions. He says, I'm used to this because I'm used to people telling me I'm too loud or thinking I'm stupid because of the way I talk, like because he says bud and mate and all that. And he says, but the main thing is that I make people smile. And I'm a nice guy. Now, I had just done my skincare at the time, and I showed you the picture at the start. I was an absolute mess. And when he first went into the house, I had said yesterday, he's like a stereotypical F-boy Island Australia, mullet moustache, like laddish behaviour, right? But he did seem like a really nice guy because of the way he was talking about his mum and stuff. But I felt so bad for him because, like, people have just called him stupid his whole life. And then, what made it even worse, I knew that Big Brother was going to fucking hit me with the emotions. See, if you've seen the episode, you're probably thinking that I'm insane. I don't know what's up with me. Big Brother Australia has this effect on me. And Big Brother said something like, intelligence comes in different forms, and like Big Brother's happy to have you in his house, bud. And I was like, I phoned my pal, I literally couldn't speak. He says, what is wrong with you? I says, I've got issues. As a consolation prize, Big Brother allowed Colin to go into the room and shop till he dropped for 30 seconds, and he pulled hundreds of stuff out, right? And they also got toothbrushes and clean underwear. And people were saying, oh, Emily's selfish and he's selfless. But I really think it was just a miscommunication with Emily. But I mean, you should have seen the amount of stuff he grabbed. He done it amazing. Unfortunately, he didn't get any Abiola stuff, but she still got clean underwear. And it was a shame because all the other girls can share clothes and she's bigger, so she couldn't even share clothes with the guys, and I did feel bad for her. Connor was making dinner and Holly came up and took a wee bite of something, and Connor went fucking mental, right? And she says, oh, I'm hungry. And he says, we're all hungry. We're all hungry. He's in the diary room. And when he came out and he was serving dinner, it was like meatballs they had. And he says, everybody's got 2 meatballs each. Holly, you've got 1.5, right? And I get where he's coming from. He did freak out a wee bit. I mean, he could have turned around and be calm about it, but I do understand. He says everybody else is waiting and you're just helping yourself. The public voted Jane into the house and she had to go and hide. And honestly, I just love Big Brother Australia, if you can't tell. Let me know if you've been watching it in the comments, and I'll see you again tomorrow. I can't wait. Bye!